Hi, I'm Rita Ora, and this is everything I do in a day. I wake up, I open my eyes, and I smile. And then I get woken up with a knock on the door, usually by my assistant or my alarm clock, depending on the urgency, if I'm up or not, basically. Well, it really depends if I hear my alarm clock. That's the honest truth. I set like the most annoying iPhone noise that everybody knows, the doo-doo, doo-doo. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. But honestly, I do it like every minute because I love a snooze. I mean, I probably snooze as much as I can until I get the knock on the door. So realistically, it's the alarm and then it's the human alarm. And then I think to myself, I'm gonna have a good day today. So then I stretch, I get up, I wiggle my toes, I put them on the floor, I go into the bathroom and I do a wee. It's true, everyone goes to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom and you go to the bathroom. After I go to the bathroom, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, wow, you're gorge. Because you know, affirmations, people, affirmations, manifest, manifest. And then I wash my face with cold water because it wakes me up. And I usually just do like a foam wash because in the nighttime I do like a scrub. You never want to over exfoliate or over scrub. And in the morning I do like a nice easy foam. And then I put on my face cream. And then my eye cream. And my lip balm. And then my glasses. Everyone usually asks me, I don't believe you, but I really don't. I'm not on my phone as much as people think. I really try and make a conscious effort to not look at my phone, especially before breakfast. I like to really enjoy the process of kind of like waking up and being calm because I know as soon as I look at my phone, it's like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So I really try and enjoy my breakfast. I love making breakfast, so I really try and take that time for myself. My friends might not agree with me, but I'm a really good breakfast cook. Okay? Now I can't really cook anything else, but breakfast is my go-to. Like I'm good at scrambled eggs. I make sure the cheese is just melted. That's if I'm not on a diet. And then I do like the salt and pepper, and I don't use butter. I use olive oil, the European way. And then I do a bit of sausages, if I have any, bacon, avocado, and you know, everything for me, it's like really relaxing. I put on music, I open a window, and I just sit and then I enjoy my breakfast. I have to have hot sauce, apple juice is a must, and an Earl Grey with lemon. That's my breakfast. So then after breakfast, I need to shower. Everyone does. So I go and I shower. So then I'm like, this feels great. I have a full belly, thank you. I brush my hair out and I re-cream, and then the day starts. Depending on, again, the lateness of my waking up, I usually go to the gym first, put my gym clothes on and put my hair up in a ponytail, put on a little bit of hydrating cream and a cap and some sunglasses, and I'm out the door. I take a car to the gym, or maybe I take my bike sometimes. I love the gym. It's a recent thing. You know, I feel like everyone has their time and their own relationship with exercise. And so for me, it's taken me a long time to understand the mental benefit of exercise. And so now I really can't really function without physically moving my body. So I do weights, I do a lot of kind of bike work. I don't love cardio. I don't think I know anybody that does, but it's a must. So I do like 10-15 minutes of cardio, and then I hit the weights. Because for me, I just want to be like strong. I just want to be like ripped. So after I make my dramatic effects at the gym of being like, why do I do this to myself every single time? It starts to get better, and then I feel great, and then I go back home and I have another shower. Wow, saying it out loud, I take a lot of showers. And then I start to get dressed for the actual day. Usually after the gym, I wait till lunch, but I might have a smoothie. You know, I might make like a protein shake at home. I live with my NutriBullet. It's actually a bit disturbing, you know, and then I get on with it. I only have 3 meals a day. I try to not snack. It's really difficult because I love food. So then what happens is I usually have hair and makeup, you know, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm just going to the studio, then I just wear like sweats and I'm in the studio and I'm not working. But if I'm actually doing something like this, for example, I'm doing a photo shoot or we're doing an appearance, it's about 2-3 hours of glam. And I basically, you know, sit down, and that's when the phone starts. That's when I'm like, the scrolling begins. This is what my hand is very used to doing. So maybe I should just do this while I'm explaining the scrolling gestures of life. I do, obviously, Instagram. TikTok has become a new thing for me. I just love watching people dance. Is that weird? I love watching people dance, and I like watching people miming to songs. What is even happening? And then I like watching dogs on TikTok, and then I also like watching like babies. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. And then sometimes I like watching like pranks, like when people get pranked. So when I'm in hair and makeup, I usually wear just like a long, oversized rock and roll tee, no socks. I kind of put my feet up on the chair. I'm very relaxed. The music starts playing, I get in my zone, I'm on my phone, start doing emails and texts. And then the outfits come in a rack. I mean, it really sounds like a movie, but the outfits come in a rack, and I start picking what I like. And then usually I'm like, yeah, I love that. And then I change my mind when hair and makeup's done, and I'm like, actually, let's put that on. I love fashion, obviously, so I try and wear as many things as possible all at once, which the stylist is not proud of. We're in the middle of the day, and you know, I get snacky, so I'm kind of like looking at the time, like, oh, when's lunch, when's lunch? Might have a nut or two, may even have a beef jerky if I'm feeling lucky. You know, I have lunch, which is like a salad or chicken, usually just protein with a vegetable of some sort. I've always just sort of been a clean eater. I really think I get it from my mum. My mum's very into her health, especially since she had her own health issues, so she's very into what's in the ingredients, like what is in what, and I think that just trickled down to us as kids. So I'm very aware of like what I eat, if it's clean, if it's not. So I try to stick to like protein and clean salads or vegetables and hummus. I love hummus. If it's a work day, it's usually very focused. Everyone's on the same page. It's very work. I don't really like to diggle-dangle around town. I like to just get things done. So after I get things done, I can then relax. I can't even mentally like relax if I don't finish work. Whenever I'm in a car, I usually plug in my music and I play it. I can't really drive in a car without music playing. Check in with my family, depending on the time zones. Usually being in America, you know, in the UK, it's kind of late there, so I'm usually saying goodnight, FaceTime my parents, speak to my sister, my brother, and have a little FaceTime with my cat. That's my family check-ins. I think it's very important to check in with the family, so I try to do that as much as I can. I'm usually done with all my appearances probably around 8, 7, 8 o'clock. Depending on how tired I am, you know, usually I would go grab some dinner with the team, talk about the day, let off some steam. It's usually my favorite part of the night. I'm ordering dinner. I think if I have to, you know, I will host. I'm a great host. I'm a great cheese board maker. I'm a great drink pourer. But now the making of the food, not so great. So I'd probably do a little deliver. So when everyone goes home and I'm kind of back on my own and it's just really like quiet, I tend to like put on a bit of music, usually the TV. I love watching Netflix and I love binge watching everything. I can't wait to just like take the day off, wash the day off and get in bed and watch TV. It's my favorite. I love watching everything. I'm one of those people that if you suggest it on like my homepage, I'm pressing play. It takes me about 3 seconds to scroll. I never really understand my friends that are like scrolling for 45 minutes and they just fall asleep. I'd rather fall asleep to something that's not so great rather than find something that's great and then you're too tired because you spent your whole time scrolling. Personal experience. Anyway, I watch a lot of murder documentaries. I like watching murder mysteries. You know, they're all pretty dark. I like watching murder mystery shows. Because there's a sense of like reality, obviously it actually happened, so I'm very intrigued to see, I guess, how people are, you know. My mom's a psychiatrist, so I'm always thinking about like a psychological thriller or like something that has that kind of thread to it, you know. I'm very into that. I think the human brain is extremely interesting. My nighttime routine, really it's about 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10, sometimes 11. So my friends laugh at me because I have a whole bedtime ritual. I have a humidifier. I also have like a, you know, essential oil situation to make the house smell nice. I'm so into my smells, candles, anything that can make it smell like a spa. And then I have a lot of creams by the side of my bed. Some of them actually have, you know, like body creams. I really love to do my hand cream. And then I put a lot of lavender essential oils on my pillowcase. And whenever my friends come and they crash, they're like, I can't breathe. There are 100 different smells going on in this room. What is going on? But it's always very relaxing. Sometimes I've got incense going on. There's a lot of sage. It is a bit overwhelming, but I like smells. And then I brush my teeth, electric toothbrush. Thank you, my dentist. He'll like that. You know, I scrub the makeup off. I use a face scrub. I kind of go in, I always use a cloth, start putting on the nighttime creams, like the oils and the overnight creams and the eye creams, and that's it. Usually I speak to my assistant and I'm like, what time am I up tomorrow? She'll like, I'll be there at so-and-so's time, and then I put my alarm. During the night, it could be funny. I feel like There could be a lot of things, because who really can control themselves while they're sleeping? I mean, let's be honest. I've been told that I don't move in my sleep. Sometimes I wake up and I hit the bathroom. Again, I take out my contact lenses, so as you can imagine, I can't see where I'm going. It's always a drama, it's always a mystery. Never know where I'm gonna end up, you know? And then I kind of get right back into sleep. I love sleeping, I'm a big sleeper, so. And then I kind of drift away, really. I think that's it. I really just pass out. I'd love sleeping, guys. I really do.